You've probably been pruning your tomato plants completely wrong. And that simple mistake could be why your harvest isn't as big, sweet, or healthy as you hoped. Most gardeners either chop too much or just let their tomatoes grow wild. Both can seriously hurt your yield. But there's a better way. In this video, you'll see exactly how to prune your tomatoes the right way. You'll learn the real difference between topping, suckering, and letting them sprawl. And the results will speak for themselves. Understanding tomato types. Before you grab your shears, there's one thing you need to know. Not all tomatoes are the same. There are two main types: determinate and indeterminate. Determinate tomatoes grow to a certain size, then stop and set all their fruit at once. They're great for people who want to harvest a big batch for canning. Indeterminate tomatoes keep growing and producing fruit all season. These are the ones that really benefit from smart pruning. If you prune a determinate tomato too much, you might lose most of your harvest. But if you ignore an indeterminate one, you'll get a messy jungle and fewer lower quality tomatoes. What to remove and why? One of the biggest mistakes new gardeners make is ignoring the suckers, those little shoots that pop up between the main stem and branches. If you leave every sucker to grow, they turn into full branches. That sounds like more fruit, but in reality, they steal energy from the main fruiting stems. For indeterminate varieties, the best trick is to remove the suckers on the bottom foot of the plant to keep good airflow. Also, pinch out any that shoot straight up in crowded spots where light and air can't reach. Don't remove all suckers, just enough to keep your plant healthy and productive. When and how to do it. Next up is topping, which means cutting off the growing tip at the top of your tomato plant. Why do it? Well, if your plant is getting too tall or it's late in the season, topping helps redirect energy into ripening the fruit that's already there, instead of wasting it on new growth. Most gardeners top their tomatoes when the plant hits about 5 or 6 feet or a few weeks before the first frost. Just snip off the top, leaving enough healthy leaves to keep the plant strong. It's a simple trick, but it works wonders. Letting tomatoes sprawl. Is it ever okay? What about just letting your tomatoes sprawl naturally? Some gardeners do it, especially if they have big raised beds or enough ground space. But sprawling has a cost. When vines touch the ground, airflow drops, and disease risk goes way up. Fruit that sits on the soil is more likely to rot or get eaten by pests. If you do let your tomatoes sprawl, use straw mulch to keep fruit off the soil and check them often. But for bigger, healthier harvests, staking or caging is almost always better, especially if you pair it with smart pruning. Before versus after. What happens when you prune? Right. So what does good pruning actually do? Picture this. Before pruning, your plant might look like a wild, leafy mess. There's too much shade, not enough airflow, and fruit struggles to ripen because the plant's wasting energy on unnecessary branches. After pruning, you'll have a cleaner, well-supported plant with just the right number of healthy stems. Air and light can reach the fruit, pests have fewer hiding spots, and your tomatoes grow bigger and sweeter. More light, more airflow, more energy focused on delicious fruit. That's the power of doing it right. Which method do you use? Topping, suckering, or do you just let your plant sprawl? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'd love to hear what works in your garden. If this helped you, give it a like, share it with your favorite garden buddy, and subscribe for simpler, science-backed tips to grow more with less stress. Happy gardening!